Thank you all for coming again. My opinion, and based on what I've heard from a lot of other folks, this is the best one yet, and this we'll go over later.
You're finished. Load and make ready for the next string. Hold on a second before you pull that out. Do you have a round in your chamber?
I do.
Okay, so you just shot 16 rounds.
Yep.
You should have no more than 16 rounds in your gun. So go ahead and load and make ready for the next stage.
I loaded.
Loaded how many rounds?
I had 10 plus 1, and then I dropped the
My
mag.
mistake, keep going.
Hi guys, I know I'm sorry. It's been incredibly busy at work and it's been almost a month since my last videos come out. But here it is, finally, my video for the Rocky Mountain Regional IDPA Championship brought to you by Wilson Combat. Also make sure you guys watch the video all the way through because I'm going to be doing a giveaway announcement.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Stage 1 was our warm-up on the first day. As you can see, I had a really good cadence. Stage 2 was our warm-up on the second day. It went really well, but not as good as the first day.
Are you ready? 5.
Stage 3 was actually the last stage we shot in the entire match, and this was by far the most challenging stage of the entire match. As you can see, there was lots of activated targets, movers, swingers, peekaboos, and you shot them all from one position. This stage was a lot of fun. This was actually our first stage of the second day. One thing you can't really see is that when you open the door, it activated a clamshell, which threw the nose shoots up in front of the targets, only exposing the top half of the head. Overall, this was a really fun stage, and I shot it really well. This stage from the outside actually seemed really straightforward. One thing that would catch you off guard is the door took a little while to open, and I should have engaged the other target a little bit sooner as I was waiting for the peekaboo target. Another mistake I made is I fired an extra round at one of the targets in the back, which forces a reload on the last target.
Are you ready? Stand by.
This stage actually went fairly well. It required 3 rounds per target, and you can see when I come over the window, I had one of a few malfunctions that I had during this match. I was able to clear it, but a couple other things I need to work on is when I'm down on a knee, I needed to get on the target a little bit quicker, and I've never shot from laying down on the ground before, which is a lot of fun.
Are you ready? Stand by.
This was one of our standard stages. Now, I don't think it could have gone a whole lot better. I wish I would have engaged the closer targets a little bit quicker, but all in all, this was a limited stage, so you had to make sure that all your hits were exactly where you wanted them, especially that far steel. This stage was a lot harder than it seemed at first. You started just close enough to this wall that you had to take a step back to engage the targets. They also had barrels designated the end of that fault line, and unfortunately I did get a PE on the very first fault line. You can see that I hesitated engaging that one target before the drop turner when I did in fact have enough time to do that. That's something that I need to work on in my practices between matches.
Are you ready?
This stage was a lot of fun, pretty straightforward though. It was an unloaded table start, 3 targets while seated, and then you move up to engage the rest of the targets from points of cover. You can see that I was slow to engage this target from the first point of cover. I actually lost my dot, and I think I started having a problem with one of my eyes. I also got really close to being sent home on this port right here because my hand was inside the port and the gun was approaching the outside.
Ready?
This stage was actually pretty straightforward. Your first mag was loaded to 5 rounds, and each target required 4 rounds to the body and 2 to the head. I opted to send 4 to the first target, reload, and then finish from there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
This stage was actually a lot of fun. I believe this was the last stage we shot on the first day. Other than having trigger freeze on the very first shot, you had a couple surprise targets that were in the open that forced you to engage on your way up to this last wall.
Are you ready?
This stage was actually the first stage we shot in the entire match. You started seated in the car with your gun on a passenger seat loaded, and you had 3 targets out the passenger window, with the center one being the activator for the drop turner out the driver's side window. You did start with the door open, so you're able to get out pretty quick, but you had 2 really fast targets that were activated by that center target once you got out.
Are you ready? Stand by.
It's hard to tell from this video, but there's a cable that I'm holding onto that is pulling that non-threat out of the way of that target. So you had to start with that in your hand to have that target exposed, and then you had to engage strong hand only, and then finish from there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
This was the first string of a 2-string standard that I shot on our first day. You had to engage 2 targets strong hand only, and then finish in tactical priority from there.
Are you ready?
This is the second string of that 2-string standard. Now, instead of gauging 2 targets strong hand only, you were still holstered, but then you had to draw and engage 2 targets support hand only, and then I opted to transition back to my normal grip to finish the stage. Unfortunately, I completely blew this stage up, as you can see in my score here.
Are you ready? Stand by.
This stage was actually a ton of fun. Your gun was loaded in the suitcase, and then you just engaged targets from points of cover. This was one of a few stages where you actually had a few different options of which direction and side to go to, but you were ultimately able to clear the entire back row from that single point of cover.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Here we are again with another stage that had a couple activated targets. It had a drop turner on the right and an out and back on the left. Now the out and back was really fast here. I engaged the steel and I kind of ambushed the out and back a little too fast, which caused me to drop a few points on the stage. Now you can't tell from this video, but I'm actually sitting on an exercise bike, and one of the start conditions was I had to be pedaling at a certain rotation before the SO would even start us. All of the first targets had to be engaged support hand only, and then you could transition to freestyle to finish the stage out from there.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Here we are in stage 18, and this stage also gave you a couple options on how you shot it. You can see that I engaged 4 targets through the port here, but that 4th target is also available from that left point of cover. And then you had this steel activator down this long corridor that activated a swinger on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, my timing on the swinger was off just enough that it caused me to wait there for a little while, but then I finished strong.
Brian Fairs.
All right, guys, so here's that giveaway announcement I promised. Now, you guys got me to 300 subscribers so fast. I was going to do a giveaway at 250 subscribers. You guys jumped right past that. I was going to do another one at 300. You guys jumped past that even. So I'm going to do just an even bigger giveaway this time when we get to 500 subscribers. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away a pair of Axel GS Extreme electronic ear protection. Now, this is not in partner with Axel. I'll be buying these out of my own pocket, but I'm hoping to do a lot more giveaways like this in the future when we hit other milestones, or even if I just start partnering with other brands. Now, there are going to be some rules to this contest, so make sure you guys look in the description below, and good luck to you.